Okay, well, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight. My name's Michelle Kolchuk. We're bringing you Brand Night. Nikken is a company that believes in the holistic way of living and believes in balanced lifestyle. And we have a wonderful guest speaker tonight, Randy Rolfe, who's going to talk to us about nutrition, and specifically men's and women's multivitamin supplement. So, Randy, I'd like to hand it over to you. And could you give us a little bit of your background and where you're coming from?
Sure. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love presenting for Nikken. I've been with Nikken 29 years, and when I joined, it was a naturopathic physician that knew I wanted to teach more about natural health, reach more people. And he said, well, there's this great company from Japan. I'll send you a tape. And had it in my car for a month. And finally, he called and said, can I come over and tell you about it? So he started rolling my back on the sleep system. And I said, tell me about it. This makes sense. And I fell in love with it, and I got sleep system for us. And when it felt so good, I got it for my kids. And then I thought, well, they have a nutrition line. I should look at that. And could they really be on the cutting edge of nutrition as well as energy of the earth? And it turned out they were. And so I've been uh, and promoting the supplement list ever since. And so one of my favorites is the Daily Four because it takes four capsules to get all the daily minerals and vitamins in an organic format that really will fill the needs of your entire system. So I'm going to share some slides, and just a moment, I'll get them. So this is a Nikken Wellness Home, and they have air, water, sleep, energy, and nutrition. So tonight we're going to focus on nutrition and the current nutrition environment. It's really our responsibility to make sure that our nutrition is solid. We have a huge epidemic of overweight. 74% of adults and 42% are obese. And even just one generation ago, it was much, much less. So we know this is diet, not something that's gone wrong in the last generation in the genes. And our federal government gives some guidelines, but they still say it's okay for 15% of your calories to just be non-nutritive. So it's really up to us. Today, 58% of the average American adult's diet is processed, and 67% for kids. And one soda gives more sugar than what the daily recommended amounts from the government are. So it's really up to us. So why take food supplements? Well, first of all, our soils are depleted. We knew they were being depleted back when I was studying nutrition in the 70s and 1970s. And it's worse now. They don't even talk about it. They just put the fertilizers on there and hope that the whatever comes up sounds, feels, and tastes and looks like what it's supposed to be. But the spinach doesn't have as much iron, and so on. It's just a problem. Processing removes essential nutrients, and the RDAs are designed for a healthy person. And as I just explained, half our population is not healthy. Less physical work requires fewer calories, but most of our organs need the same nutrients, and individual needs are different between different people. Environmental toxins increase the needs for certain nutrients. Disease treatments can increase the needs. Stress increases certain needs. And if the digestion is compromised by any kind of illness or aging, that can require more nutrients. And then just general insurance, which is my favorite thing, just to have the basics. And that's what Nikken gives us. So why Nikken supplements? Well, first of all, they mimic biology. They mimic nature so that our bodies will recognize these nutrients when we take them in. Very high quality processing, so that's what's on the label is actually in each capsule. And that's not true for some of the cheaper compounds. Physiological quantities, I love that everything is balanced. They just don't give you a whole lot of the most popular thing that they're reading about on Instagram. And they work synergistically. When you get a particular, like for joint, you're going to get 4 or 5 different nutrients that work together to help your joint. And the labeling is very clear, and you can check it out online. Some things you can look online and they don't even show you what's actually on the label when you get it. And it's priced competitively, organically based. I love that. No GMOs, hormones, antibiotics, pesticides, herbicides, endocrine disruptors, heavy metals, or irradiation. And they combine traditional from all over the world and the hottest new science to what they put into their compounds. And they support the body's own processes, not trying to manipulate one enzyme system, for instance. And so it's, again, synergistic. And we have prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic in our nutrients supplements because Nikken has that Oriental background since it started in Japan of really honoring the digestion. And that's how we turn our food into good, healthy tissue. And then our supplements are also sensitive to personal preferences, often vegan, gluten-free, kosher, paleo, 100% organic, and more. So we have a whole system that addresses, and Mary Bowser put this together for us, the different systems. So we go for the core system and then the individual systems that you particularly want to support. So tonight we're going to talk about the Mega Daily 4. And that's these particular supplement jars. So I'm going to go now to share again. Just a moment. And this is the Mega Daily 4 for women. And it's formulated with organic vegetables and Kenzen Mega Daily 4 to give you everything you need as a woman with all the fat soluble and water soluble antioxidants as well as nutrients to support general cellular function. And it supports healthy metabolism, cardiovascular, immunity, and brain function, as well as hormonal balance, and even more because the body all works together. So it particularly supports the hormone balance and the heart and brain health. It includes every type of vegetable phytonutrient to help support the healthy function of the body's biological processes and systems. And the 4, besides having 4 tablets each day, it refers to the 4 features: multivitamin and mineral, vegetable superfoods, so the body recognizes these nutrients as food and processes them properly, and whole body renewal components, and gender specific support. So these ingredients are all specifically chosen for being known for centuries. Some of them, Don Quai and red clover, green tea, have been known for centuries. Grapeseed is a more recent recognition that it helps hormones, but all of these things, the coffee arabica and the ginseng, been used in China forever to add energy to the system. And it's gluten-free, organic pulalin capsules, so everything is as natural as possible. The vitamin C is from Indian gooseberry. It's got the polyphenols and bioflavonoids, and no leaching plastic bottles, and specially designed to help support hormone, heart, and digestive health, along with the energizing effect. So it's really amazing. And what I want to do is show you the label, which you can get right in your store with Nikken. And it shows you everything on here and what percent. Supplement facts are tell you what percent of the daily value that are recommended by the government. So what you can see here is like the vitamin C gives you 350% of what's recommended. Now, I would recommend more vitamin C, but they're giving you a bit of everything, like to make sure they're touching all the bases. The 50% of the vitamin D, that's very popular right now, so it's wonderful to get 50% of the daily amount in a supplement. So you get your A's, B's, C's, D's, and a whole bunch of other stuff, your minerals, and the hard to get B's, the B12, the folate, the pantothenic acid, and the B6 in particular. So they don't chintz on those. They're giving you lots of the more hard to get vitamins as well. And then there's calcium for your minerals and magnesium, zinc, selenium, uh, iodine, copper, manganese, and chromium. And all of these are essential, and they give you a reasonable amount so that it'll supplement your food. You can't supplement your way out of a bad diet, but if you're eating good, real food, it's very valuable to have this supplement. And then the organic vegetable blend with alfalfa and spirulina and parsley and barley, and then other additives to make it the body know that they're getting real food. So it's an amazing thing just to read the supplements, because you can look at others and they're not going to have all this great stuff. And then when it says other things, there's no other things that are nasty. So that's very, very rewarding. So I'm going to go through the men's as well and get to the top of this. So this is designed specifically for men. So it does all the things that the women's does to help the heart and the digestion and the brain and the hormone balance and the immunity, but also help support prostate health and heart health and nerve and brain health, particularly for men. So they have the vegetable phytonutrients to help all the biological systems. And this is a picture of cranberry, because cranberry is known to help mature men with their urinary tract. And again, the 4 stands for the 4 features. And the ingredients some of them are similar and some of them are quite different, and different proportions for the men. But the cranberry extract is particularly good for the urinary tract. And the polyphenols and bioflavonoids are all good. And again, no leaching from our plastic bottles. They're special bottles. So then I want to go to the supplement facts. Again, everything's there. Your A, B, C, D, E, and then all your major minerals and the micro minerals too, like selenium and manganese. And I always like to mention, if you have creaky knees going up and down stairs, manganese will change that very quickly. It's quite amazing. I started to get a little creaking in my knees, and I knew about that. So I just started it within a day or two. No more creaky knees. So Nikken's thinking of everything. So again, we also have, for the men, we have the real foods associated with these nutrients so that the body will process it like food. So you don't need to mega dose. You will actually be using it like real food. So I'm going to stop share, and I'm going to go back to this one briefly and recommend that you get these things on auto ship. You can change it just 3 days before your date and save 10% and never run out. And things are in the bottles for a month's supply, so it makes it really easy. So thank you. And I love sharing these. They're the best on the market, I believe. And you can't go wrong with Nikken because they're trying to support the body naturally, just replicating nature. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Randy. We really appreciate your knowledge and your sharing what you have learned and what you have experienced through your life. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. I got a question though, and I think we can keep the recording on this. For digestive, like I've heard many people asking about digestive aid or how can someone support their digestion with what products with Nikken?
Sure, I love that question because it's so important. The digestion is key to whatever you put in your mouth, whether it's supplements or foods, you want to be processed properly. And your liver and the cells and even your brain will not be nourished if things aren't perfectly properly digested. So I love that the digestive enzymes and our new golden gut is amazing to support the gut microbes, the good ones that are going to make the brain chemicals that we need and prepare all of our nutrients to be properly used by the cells. So Nikken has thought of everything, and even the daily four are designed to digest easily, and that's why they put all those food components in there, so that the body will recognize it as food.
Okay, thank you so much. Mary, do you have any questions?
Any
No,
testimonials that you have? I think you can really expect to notice within a month or two major differences with these supplements because they are real food. They aren't just, grown by some bacteria in a lab and stuck in a cheap pill.
Right.
I noticed a big difference in my energy level. Um, yes, as a working professional, there are times when I forget to take them, and I notice the difference in the day, but I also notice a boost the next day when I'm back on. So it really makes a difference.
Yes, and I think with regularity, just being comfortable with what goes in and what comes out, it just can really make a difference to get the whole system working the way it's supposed to.
And sometimes it can be very subtle, the changes,
Mhm.
whether to the negative or to the positive. And I'll share a quick story. Um, in the summertime, when we would be going to the cottage, and I was working full time, and I had three children, and we were doing the cottage, and I had two grandchildren, and sometimes it would get pretty crazy and running back and forth and back and forth. And I would keep a supply at the cottage and a supply at home. Well, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, my supply of the Mega 4 women's, I had a bottle and a half, and my order had just arrived. And I thought, what the heck? And my husband said to me, I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you don't start taking a pill, I'm gonna have to leave because nobody wants to live with you. And I was wondering, what the heck? I don't know what's wrong. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I haven't been taking them regularly. And so got right back on and got back on track. And that was a lesson learned for me.
And that's one of the benefits of authorship too. If you slip and you're not taking them, you notice, oh, wait a minute, I haven't been taking them regularly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
great
It's a
story.
difference. Thank you. Okay, can you stop the recording?